Hey everybody, Norm over here, and I hate to do this, but I have to bring some more bad news to the guitar community. We try to make everything kind of entertaining and lighthearted and all that, but we lost somebody who was very important to the guitar community. My friend Aspen Pittman, who was the inventor of groove tubes, and he also invented an acoustic stereo guitar amplifier that Fender ended up buying the technology from him. He had GT Electronics, a lot of recording gear. He was very integral in the guitar community. I got a call early this morning that he was killed in a car crash, that he lost control of a car. He was trying to take a car to auction, and he was I guess he had a trailer behind his van, and they lost control, and he ended up in hitting a light pole or something like that. So, very upsetting. He was a great inventor, a really bright guy, and he was a friend of mine. This was from about 30 years ago at his wedding with Marlene, my daughter Sarah, and Aspen and his ex-wife now is Ziggy, but they were close friends for many, many years, and I regret having to break this news to a lot of people in the guitar community. Michael just lost a friend, Noah, last week, and we lost Alan Rogan. And again, I don't mean to be the one to kind of bring bad news. We like it to be happy videos, but he was a great sports enthusiast. I mean, he was like the biggest Dodger fan, and we would have season tickets, and we went to a lot of Dodger games together. We also used to go to the Raider games together. And just one little anecdote that we always brought up when we were together. We used to go to these Raider games, and prior to the game, there were people that would be tailgating, and they would be barbecuing, and they would have food and picnic blankets with their food and all that. And Aspen was a very big guy. He was about 6'5", 265 pounds. And we would always kid around with each other before the game. And, somehow we were talking about some quarterback who never throws a long pass. And I said, I can throw a ball further than 50 yards. And Aspen kind of went, yeah, baloney, you can't throw it. And so anyhow, I said, here, I got $20 says I can. So we ended up making this bet, and Aspen was back about 30 yards, and I kept going, go further, go further. I was trying to tell him to go out for a long pass. He got to about 40 yards. I kept going, go further, go further. And I unleashed this ball, and it was well over 50 yards, maybe closer to 60 yards. And Aspen caught the ball, but he landed on these people's picnic blanket, and right in the middle of all their food. He probably had a 16 size shoe, destroyed all their food. Of course, we went over there and we apologized, and I gave money to buy dinner, and eventually they all laughed about it, and Aspen laughed about it. And then after we were done, Aspen came over to me and he said, "You're such an asshole." And I said, "Listen, I told you I could throw it 50 yards, but I said nothing about accuracy." So we kind of got a kick out of that. We always would bring that up, and it's a great loss. And he was a dear friend. When I was in Japan about 30 years ago at an exhibition that I was doing, Aspen was there, and we spent a lot of time together, and we really were good friends. So the guitar community is going to miss him. We loved him, and he really did a lot of great things for guitars and music. And one other thing that I will tell you, and I don't ever like to bring up politics, but Aspen was pretty conservative, and I'm more on the liberal side. So we would have discussions. We didn't agree with a lot of things politically, but we remained great friends, and the reason was music and guitars. So peace, love, music, and guitars. Music brings everybody together. So I wish you guys a lot of music and love. And again, I'm sorry to bring you bad tidings, but he was a dear friend, and I have to mention it because he was a great part of the guitar community. Thank you guys. Aspen will miss you.